So this is a follow-up video from a few days ago. I conducted a poll on Twitter to see whether or not vegans have a bias towards saving animal lives and they'd be more willing to sacrifice human lives to save animals. And the specific question I asked was, if there was an emergency and you only had time to save one life and you had to choose between saving the life of your own pet dog or saving the life of a stranger that you never met, who would you choose? So this first result, the carnist or meat eater group, it wasn't too surprising. It was split 50-50. About 50% of meat eaters would choose to save their dog. But what did surprise me here was that 58% of vegans said they'd save their dog over the life of a stranger. Now, I was actually expecting this percentage to be a lot higher. I was expecting about 70 to 80% of vegans saying they'd save their dog, but it was only 58. So there's only an 8% difference between the two groups here. And you also have to keep in mind that this is a pretty small sample size. There was only about 1,600 vegans who voted, only about 1,100 meat eaters who voted. I think if you got to a population scale, it would be much, much closer. You also have to keep in mind, the vegans who watch my channel, they might be, I don't know, they might have a stronger bias than the general population. So, considering this is only an 8% difference, I'd say there isn't really a significant difference between the two groups here. And I'd say the supposed bias that vegans have, it doesn't really exist. So the reason I conducted this poll is because I often get criticism either directed to myself or just directed to the vegan community as a whole, where meat eaters will claim, oh, well, vegans only care about animals. They don't give a shit about people, and they take offense to that. So I conducted this poll just to see if, that claim holds true, and it seems like it really doesn't. Again, there's only an 8% difference between the two groups, and I think if this was a much larger survey, you'd see even less of a difference. So tell me what you think about the results of this little poll I conducted on Twitter. Why don't you share who would you rather save, whether you're vegan or not? Because I think it's an interesting topic. There's much less difference in ethical values between meat eaters and vegans than you might think. So tell me what you think in the comments section down below, and as always, keep making those vegan and I'd definitely save the dog gains.
What a relief! When will this poisonous product cease? This is another public service announcement. You can believe it or you can doubt it. Let us begin now with the cow. The way it gets to your plate and how.